Most people are doing push-ups wrong. And it's not just destroying their shoulders, discontent, their leg gains too. Yeah, you heard that right. Because if your leg's doing in the push-up, the leg just if it used a well, it's more intellect delivered. Because if your leg's doing just destroying their bid, it is at ruining their fots but anything that will be a jup. Because if your leg doing that right, it's none lawful. Because if your legs are weak, unstable or untrained, displaced your push-up form collapses, your core fails, and your upper body strength hits a ceiling. Today, I'm going to show you your anywhere vehicle that men with again to bid is just want to a month, and shall ridder they start going the leg gains. Today, I'm going to show you your legs and leg justed, and you're ready to tick them all weather golder to get Bert. Today, I'm going to show you with differently formed together, and that want their form to do. It works with 20 people. Jesus, if your legs are butt up, and it stored the push-up, the you think you made them to bid. Today, I'm going to show you your short indifferently need to be push-up. Chooser, I'm going to show your legs are butt up and your push-up, it's ruining their fots. The day, I'm going to show you your push-up, it's not just definitely. Today, I'm going to show you your legs are butt up and your push-up, it's ruining their fots. Today, I'm going to show you your beats. I'm going to show you why training your legs changes everything. Your power posture, hormones, even how strong your legs. If they want the legs going to be a bid by the whirl, it's everything. You're training your legs in the then, and you're training your legs changes everything. Your power posture, hormones, even how strong your upper body becomes. And by the end of this video, you'll see why did you completely right their form, and by the end of this video, you'll come everything. And by the end of this video, you'll see why did your purger definitely make the legs going together. And by the end of this video, you'll ask skipping leg day is the biggest mistake holding you back. But first, let's talk about the real problem. Common mistakes. Most people played out the listen 3 bidders. They fought the most impotix without licked again. But first, let's talk about the real problem. Most people plotted that is the real problem is the biggest mistake holding you back. Besides, let's is simple. Just do squats, lunges, more reps, more burn, more gains, right? Wrong. Here are the real mistakes. This counts some bring today and it's staged before. The day, it's not don't lead the day. Most people think leg trained is. Just do squats, lunges, more reps, more gains, right? Wrong. But first, let's talk about the real problem, is the real mistake. Wrong. This people think is just holding you, and that problem is a way that leg day is dapped together. This people then change the real problem and just the legs. They rarely say that they would be mistake just forward in death. Most people think is the biggest mistake that net's becoming some of them for gainding. But first, let's drogen out the weldermis that we would be a brought away. It's certainly that snicks that there come forward together and watch the real mistake is the biggest mistake, and that what their real picture with drive. Their work the remember is Brett. It made the me it's does to be working into gainding, and get it it's great forward was. Just do squats, lunges, more reps, more gains, right? Wrong. They weren't the real tames, the leg jace is worrying this, it's not being the real forward. This work they for just the braid. The leg jays is burr form to get start, and then tell them to a bit of gut, it's not where the month them together. Because they fooled it, the leg day is everything, the leg J is a budget page it into the most word but again. It made the real page it that it is all credible in trungle. This considering the legs is found in triangle, and it's a way that made the chains were plated, and it will be able together even in explain with why. They weren't the slightly's people when the real mistakes. Firefox, they train legs only for size, not function. They think more reps better results, not better results, which is the real mistakes. They train legs more reps better results, not function. They think 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 more reps better results, not function. Hormones even house strength, dollars, results. Think more reps better results. They think more reps better results, not function. 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 Avoid heavy compound movements because they're tiring. They don't understand how core, glutes, and leg stability affect every exercise, even push-ups. Pfizer, microwave, are the foundation of your body. Appen's foundations determine the strength of everything built on top. Just like you wouldn't build a house on mud, you can't build strength on weak legs. But here's the twist. The reason leg training is so powerful has nothing to do with just big muscles. It's about mechanics, hormones, and full-body coordination. We'll get there. But first, let's start with the real training every inflammation in full body for the leg. She's been the legs training is so really much more. We'll get there, but first. We'll get there riding into the leg of a meg. We'll get there is the man-him outbook for character in the leg, and she want to do it because that begins the leg of a good job. There first, let's start with the character. The legs are the carracks of good contras. It's about remender leg job. But first, let's start with the leg of what is the budget between leg. It's certainly good in even for. It's just what leg job. It's just remember it will be short about leg. It start with the character. It's every mark that you can be a well. They went together round everything that you findly bed, and look from that you don't see that you're getting to start into the leg of a leg. 4. You're dropping about the main jog down for it. It start in full body hormones. Miss, let's start with the basics. Ask yourself this. Have you ever tried doing a push-up with your knees bent or core relaxed? Your shoulders instantly collapse, right? That's because your legs and core create the stability your upper body works from. When your legs are weak, the energy chain breaks. This is not just again. And that where the elective a push-up, it's really inputable. That's because your legs, after get the legs that games down it not getting to go, think of your body as a bridge. If the pillars are weak, your legs, the middle section, your core wobbles. And the upper platform, your chest, your fence, it travaid beweld brocks. Think of the body as a grate. If your legs are weak, your legs, it just a lot. Think your chest becomes unstable. This is why strong legs don't just make you run faster, help you lift more, push more, and stay injury-free. They help lock your knees, stabilize your torso, and lift up your knees and interest that the legs that they just then more. They help your way to each the round with your legs. It goes to interest again, and they look just over just enjoyed, is a blooded in the black. This is what the legs don't just make you what. Thanks, they help lock your torso and support explosive movements. Scapula tries to compensate for the instability. This causes unsure, mamassi, elbow flaring, of motion, windshield, ifix, weak push-up power, penetration. Higher. Here's an analogy. Bookstore and legs are the ground it stands on. The crane can only lift as much as the ground can support. Unpredict. Most people try to fix their shoulders when the real issue is their legs. Studies show that heavy leg movements, like squats and deadlifts, trigger the release of more growth hormone and testosterone than almost any upper body exercise. Build more muscle, abolish, burn more fat. Remember recovery. Strengthen bones. Make your push-ups stronger. Yes, stronger. Leg day literally turbocharges your entire body. Now let's dig deeper. You're probably doing some leg exercises already, so why aren't you seeing massive results? 1. You don't go low enough in squats. Half reps, half activation, half gains. 2. Your knees cave inward. This are asleep. Baptized. 3. Your hips tilt forward. 63. This creates lower back pain. 4. You train with speed instead of control. Breached, burning the thighs doesn't build strength, windshield does. Freeze. 5. You avoid heavy compound lifts because they're uncomfortable. Barrett cocked, discomfort growth.